And a very good evening to you all, wherever you may be watching from, and welcome to some more girls soccer for you here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you're here with us on a little bit of a chilly Tuesday afternoon here in early April, I think it's fair to still call it. We've got a Southwestern Conference clash for you as the Collinsville Kahawks are set to take on the Redbirds of Alton. Collinsville come into tonight's game with a record of 1-4. They are 1-2 in Southwestern Conference play, and they got that victory in the last game that we did for you against Belleville East a week ago, or a little over a week ago now, actually. Alton, they have struggled a little bit this year. They find themselves at 0-6 on the year, and they are 0-2 in Southwestern Conference play. Both teams have had a week off since their last game. Alton took a pretty sound defeat to the hands of area power O'Fallon, losing 7-0 in a game that was played in O'Fallon, where for Collinsville, they lost at Belleville West a week ago, 2-0 in overtime. We're going to go ahead and take our first break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. We'll be back here in just a minute for the introduction of the starting lineups and some more pregame festivities for you here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics.
We welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kahok Broadcast Club Network. Getting ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups for this matchup between the Kahawks and the Redbirds. Go ahead and introduce them right along with PA announcer Chris Kettler. We have the referees ready. Decent crowd on hand. It is alumni night here at Kahok Stadium, so
Alton Redbird starting lineup.
go ahead and move right along here. Sophomore goalkeeper number 1, Jillian Dwiggins.
Midfield junior number 5, Mackenzie Stark.
Junior midfielder number 5, Mackenzie Stark. Senior defender number 9, Abby Davis. Sophomore midfielder number 12, Ellen Anderson. Sophomore defender number 16, Peyton Delahanty. Freshman midfielder number 17, Claire Delahanty. Senior defender number 18, Christina Castelli. Senior defender number 19, Aubrey Alm. Freshman midfielder number 22, freshman midfielder number 20, Brooke Godfrey. Freshman midfielder number 22, Angelina Delaney. And junior midfielder number 24, Grace Massey, for Coach Shayna Lacey and the Redbirds. And for Collinsville, Carly Van Dyke will get the start in goal.
Now starting lineup for the Collinsville Kahawks.
Redbirds out there in the all-white with red numbers. Dwiggins out there in all black. Carly Van Dyke in goal, as I mentioned. Field players, both Smith twins in the starting lineup. Ava and Ella both out there. Morgan Lang, Ava DiGirolamo, Rylan Judasak, Peyton DeHadway, Ashley Giannini, Addie Muniz, Carly Call, Liliana Lira, and mentioned Van Dyke in goal already. Kahawks, of course, are coached by Jody Munoz. Alton a little low on numbers, so they played the JV game yesterday, a game that the JV team won 4-0. So we're going to go ahead and take one more break here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network for the playing of the national anthem and all that. We'll be back here in just a moment for kickoff in just a moment.
Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahawk Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs.
Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
We welcome you back here into broadcast booth at Kahok Stadium. Zach Roseman here with you. Both teams doing their final huddles here as we are going to get started pretty much right on time. 6:30 scheduled start. And with no JV game, we're going to be able to do that pretty much. Coach Munoz giving final instructions to the Kahawks. We will be underway here. Kahawks in their home purple. Mentioned Alton in their road whites with red numbering. Collinsville will put the ball in play, and the honors will fall to Peyton DeHadway. Kahawks will be going left to right on your screen. And we are underway. Ball is quickly played back to DiGirolamo, who will get it back to one of the Smith twins. And around now to Muniz. The Kahawks will cycle it through their defense. Up now to Lira, here on this near side. And pushed forward and knocked away by the Redbirds. That was Anderson. Kahawks able to maintain possession. And working it over onto the far side wing for one of the Smiths. I believe that is Ella. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Massey. And it will be a throw-in for the Kahawks. Not a lot of wind when there is kind of blowing really straight across the field. As we have another throw-in coming up here for Kahawks. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it will be another throw-in. Smith will go quickly and get it into Muniz. Addie will push her way forward, trying to get it to DeHadway, but that is offsides. And so it'll be a free kick for Alton. To be taken out there by Davis. Davis puts a pretty good strike onto it and gets all the way back through to Kahawks and eventually works its way through to, that was Ava Smith, but the ball is cleared away by the Redbirds. It'll be another throw-in from Collins, and it'll come from Liliana Lira here as the shadows begin to lengthen across the field. Most of the field still in sunlight. Giannini will push it to Muniz and then up off of the head of Judasak. And Ryland will try to run onto the ball, but able to get there first for the Redbirds is Alm. But Judasak able to dispossess Alm and get a cross into the middle. Gets through. Trying to make her play on the ball there was Lira, I suppose. But Dwiggin's able to get to it first, and it'll be the sophomore goalkeeper who will put it back into play. Skies it up off of the head of Delaney and will roll down into the Kahawks zone, but Giannini will quickly play it back to Van Dyke, and Carly will just pass it along the ground up to Muniz. Addie will work her way forward, getting it over now for Ella Smith. She'll make her way up the far side sideline and has it knocked out by the Redbird player. And it'll be another throw-in from the right at the substitution area for Smith. Able to get it into DeHadway, who kind of gets bitten by the turf monster there, but Kahawks able to retain possession, at least for the moment. And Redbirds push forward to Davis and sent on down the far sideline as Muniz will be the one to track it down. And Addie will go ahead and bring it up by herself. Able to get around one alt defender, able to stay strong, maintain possession, and trying to work it forward up to Hadway, but Redbird defender Davis is able to hold on to it. And a nice physical play there by Kahok midfielder. Not sure who that is, but it goes quickly out of bounds, and it'll go back to Alton. And the Redbirds will go ahead and throw it in. Goes off of the foot there of Stark. And over now up the sideline, now trying to work it more into the middle. Briefly having possession of it there was Anderson. And trying to work it up and able to do so for Delaney. But it's cleared away by DiGirolamo and push forward to the Kahok defenders, and Muniz will just push it up into the middle of the field. And Davis will recycle it around into the middle, and eventually it will come up to Stark. Way forward, defended fairly well there by, not sure who that was actually. The Redbirds are able to push it forward, and Van Dyke able to grab it before any serious threat is realized by the Redbirds. And so 5 minutes in, it'll be goal kick for Van Dyke. It's worked around into the middle. Trying to bring it up there was Delaney. Kahok's able to get possession. Judasak with a nice little tap on, trying to get it to Hadway. Recycle its way back around into the middle. Lang with it. Playing it back to Muniz, now over to Smith. And now up onto the far side for, that is Carly Call. And it'll be another throw in for Ella Smith, about the fifth one she's had from right in that same general area. So we'll just play it back to Muniz. Addie will dump it forward, but Dwiggins able to clear that away before Judasak was able to get to it. That ball will stay in bounds, and Smith will just let it roll out, and it'll be another throw-in. Throw-in headed away by one of the Alton players, and then overrunning it a little bit. And Judasak now with it, trying to get it up to, that is Ava Smith. And Ava will work her way forward, and that's pushed across the end line by the defender. I think that was Delaney, possibly. It'll be a corner kick at any rate. DiGirolamo will take it, push forward up into the box for Ava Smith, knocked around, and Giannini will just play it back to the defenders and Ella Smith. Now trying to play it across for Lyra, and Lily able to get it up to Lang. And eventually it's taken away by the Redbirds. Trying to make a run on the ball there was Anderson, but ball goes out of bounds off of Anderson, says the referee, so it'll be a throw-in here on this side for Lyra. That goes off of the head of Anderson, and eventually it'll be played back by Davis. Giannini with it, and she'll just play it back to Van Dyke. And Carly will push it up to Muniz. Over now to Ella Smith, and the ball is knocked out of bounds right into the Kahok bench, so it'll be a throw-in for Smith. Getting it up to Call, and she'll work it up the sideline as far as the Alton bench, so it'll be a throw-in for the Redbirds from right at midfield pretty much. Off of Smith, worked forward, and DiGirolamo with it, getting it now to Lyra. He's directing traffic and tried to put a run on, but it's knocked away there by Peyton Delahanty. Redbirds will just push it forward, and Muniz will go ahead and play it back to Van Dyke. up now for Giannini, and Ashley will launch it forward, but out of the reach of DeHadway, and so it'll be a throw-in from Alton from right about the 35-yard line of the football field. Throw-in comes into nobody in particular. Lear able to get boot to ball, and Muniz will pop it up to the Alton defenders. Davis will clear it away, and off of the head now of Delaney, and goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Lyra. Lyra will throw it in to Judasak, and Ryland will play it back to Giannini. Giannini over to Muniz, and Addy will play it up to Ella Smith, and now up to Lang, and pushing it forward out of the reach of Call. It'll be a throw-in for the Redbirds. Kahok's trying to work that far side of the field. They've had the majority of the possession. Territory has been probably right about there, kind of played right around there as the ball is worked over here onto the near side for Lyra, and she tries to push it up for Ava Smith, but able to get there is Delaney, and that went off of Delaney. So it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville as Kahawks will make their first substitution of the game. As Madiana Everett comes in, takes the place of Ella Smith in that left back role. Come around now to the just inserted Everett. And a bit of contact there between her and Peyton Delahanty. And Delaney able to work it up briefly off of the foot of Claire Delahanty. That's a name I remember from the Alton basketball team that got third in state. Redbirds trying to work it forward, but Lang dispossessing that, but quickly back to the Redbirds in the form of Anderson. And Anderson bounces it off of Call as the Redbirds will make the first substitution as number 14 comes in, I think. Throw in from the Redbirds at any rate, and that'll go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Van Dyke. I don't have a 14. Ball knocked around into the middle, and Lyra able to push it forward off of feet of Alm, and push forward. Giannini gets a piece of it, and ball's played up into the air. Giannini unable to find anybody as Stark got a piece of it, but Van Dyke will eventually gobble up the ball, and that will be the end of that proceeding. 12 and a half, not quite, minutes in. No score here. Neither team has scored a lot of goals this year. Alton scoreless through 6 games. Collinsville with 3 in 5. As the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Lyra. She does so, getting it to Lang, but it's knocked away there by Stark. And eventually will come over into the middle of the field for Muniz, and Addy will push it forward. And that will go off of Davis and over the sideline, says the linesman. So it'll be a throw-in from Collinsville from about 30 yards out, maybe a bit farther than that actually. The spot throw-in comes to Judasak. Ryland with it, and ball goes Knocked around. Judasak able to keep it, and it's just cleared away and actually able to stay in. And Alton have a little bit of an opportunity here, but nice job there by Muniz, who gets run over. No foul called. Looks like Addie's okay. And she'll push the ball forward. And it'll go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Collinsville. Ball is knocked around and eventually picked up by Anderson. Working at the Kahawks will make a sub. And now is the opportunity. All right. All knocked around. Muniz will push it forward. And Hadway got pushed, and that will draw a whistle. And so it'll be a free kick, which will be taken by Giannini from just past the half line. And she'll just play it forward up to Lyra. And Lily trying to get it to Hadway. Does a good job dispossessing the Alton player and push forward up, trying to get it to Everett, but out of Madiana's reach, and so it'll be a throw-in for Alton. It'll be taken down here by Delahanty pushing forward and working it up over onto the far side for Massey, running the sideline, and Muniz does a good job cutting that line of movement off and trying to push it forward out of the reach of Judasak, as Davis will go ahead and play it back to Dwiggins, and trying to play it back to Davis, and it will come down to the Kahawks. Call with it, getting it out to Lang, was dispossessed. Playing it back now to DiGirolamo, and over here for Everett. She gets stood up by, that was Delaney, excuse me, and push forward now to number 14, which I don't have a number 14 on my roster. And that is pushed forward, and nice job there by Dwiggins to get it, and Everett had a wide open goal, but pushes it out, and that'll be a really deep throw-in for Alton from, pretty much right on the corner, as the linesman will take a second to tie his shoe. Throw-in comes down off of the head of, I believe that is Stark, and coming now to Delaney, pushed up by Lyra, to Hadway with it now, and Davis will do a good job shepherding and let Dwiggins get to the ball. So it'll be just a simple drop kick and go all that far. In fact, it will go out of bounds, and now Kahawks finally will be able to make some subs as Layla Wilkerson comes in. And Ella Borm come in. Throw-in comes into, and Muniz stepping forward, staying strong, able to maintain possession. And it's come all the way back to Giannini, who trying to play it forward to Hadway. And making a run there is Anderson. And that's pushed up by Van Dyke to Lyra. Played up the line, deflected there by Peyton Delahanty. And will be pushed forward, and Van Dyke will pick it up. 21:35 to go. Shadows starting to lengthen, as Van Dyke gets a pretty good strike on that one. We'll get just over the half line. Coming up to Delaney, who's pretty tall for a freshman. Definitely taller than most of the Kahok players that she's matched up with. Everite with it, getting it up to DeHadway. And DeHadway will play it up the wing for Ava Smith as it knocked away, I'm going to say off of Smith. Thought that went off of Alton, but linesman's a lot closer than I am, so it'll be a throw-in for Alton. Quickly comes back to Collinsville, though, as DeHadway will bring it up, able to maintain possession, and pushing it forward come to Ava Smith, and she puts the cross on, and it is saved. Well, I don't know if it was a save, but Wiggins came up with it at any rate. And she'll put the ball back into play. Lang coming forward with it. And she'll try to center the ball, trying to get it to DeHadway. Ball knocked around. And eventually will come to Lang again. Hadway had it. She gets bumped, and the ball will be cleared out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Lyra. And able to get the throw in to Hadway. Trying to get it up to Judasak. And eventually it will come around to Wilkerson. And she'll play it back to Borm. And that'll be pushed out of bounds. And that will be a throw-in for Alton. Throw-in will be taken by Peyton Delahanty. Throws it. That goes straight out of bounds. And so it'll be thrown for Lyra. Pushing it forward to Delahanty. Up now to Borm. Borm trying to get it to Wilkerson. And able to maintain possession for a moment is Wilkerson, but it's cleared away. And it'll be a throw-in for the Kahawks, again in the form of Lyra. Pushes it up to Delahanty, who overran the ball a little bit. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Delahanty, so it'll be a... Yeah, it was like... Lyra thought it was Collinsville ball, but it was a throw-in for Alton. Which again will be taken here by Delahanty. Knocked away there by Borm. Delahanty will push it up forward. Janini does a good job of shepherding and able to get around her defender and just launch it forward. But Wiggins doesn't get a very clean strike of the ball, but does the job well enough as it's cleared away there by Davis. Alton will work their way forward. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Stay with Alton. Over halfway here in our first half. 17:30 to go. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Ball goes over the end line, and it'll be a corner for Alton, looks like. Ball is popped up. And Kahawks, well, trying to push it forward, but turn the ball over there. And it'll be a throw-in for Alton. Pushed forward by Muniz, and that is skied up and just misses the net. Didn't look great until it looked really good as the Kahawks will make some substitutions. Carly Call and Eliana Cerna back into the lineup after missing the first few games of the year due to injury. It's nice to have her back in the lineup. All is pushed forward. Lyra able to clear it forward up to Judasak, and Judasak will get it to DeHadway. Peyton will run it on, trying to get it to Call. And knocking it out of bounds there was Alm. So it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Lyra will take it, trying to go fairly quickly, and she does. Comes in to DeHadway, and she'll play it back to Borm. As Janini is fouled by our mystery player. That'll be a free kick from about 50 yards out, which will be taken by Janini. Pops that up forward, but it'll go right to Dwiggins. And with 15 to go, it'll be another goal kick for Alton. DiGirolamo and I think Ella. Jayhawks working their way forward, and DeHadway 2-on-1, and it's saved by Dwiggins, and she will get it as far as Call. Kahok still with an opportunity here. Nice save there from the goalkeeper, but all go out of play. We'll stay with Collinsville, but the immediate threat appears to have been averted. Kahok still trying to go quickly here. And pushed forward. And cleared away, and will go just over the half line. And out. Will be another throw in for Lyra. Judasak getting it to Call, and Carly will just launch it on net, and Dwiggins the clean catch on that one. And it'll be cleared away as far as Muniz, and will roll out of bounds, be Collinsville possession. All pushed forward. And pushed out there by Davis as a little slow to get up down there is Cerna. And they will stop the clock. Cerna can be attended to, but up and walking. She will have to come out of the game. So into the game will come
substitution for the Kahawks, number 2, Ava Smith.
Ava Smith back in. All is pushed forward to DeHadway, but Alton able to regain possession and push it forward. And able to get around one defender, but not the second, as we have a foul called. So it'll be a free kick for Alton. About 6 yards behind the half line. To be taken by Davis. 12:05 to go first half. As Davis pushes it forward. And Attempted slide tackle, but Muna is able to push it forward, but it'll go off of Ella Smith. And it'll be another throw-in for Alton. Pushed forward and able to make a run on now here is Borm. And we'll play it up for Ella Smith, who is able to keep it in. And trying to push it up to DeHadway, and able to get to it is Dwiggins. So another opportunity averted there by Alton. That ball is popped forward off the head of Judasak, and then off of Smith. And Delaney with it. She gets bumped by Ava Smith, and her attempted pass for DeHadway is too strong. It'll be a goal kick for Dwiggins as Morgan Lane comes back in, take the place of Borm. 10.5 to go here in the first half of play. Just past the 7 o'clock hour here. As ball is sent into the Alton bench, so it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville in the form of Lang. Gets past everybody, and Dwiggins will fall on that one. And have another restart as we are under 10 to go. Hearing that the injury to Cerna not anything too major, just a little winded is the news up here. So the Kahawks will have an opportunity here. Played up for Judasak, and she'll launch it, but right at Dwiggins once again. And be another goal kick restart. Was off of the head of Lang and pushed forward, but Giannini will track that down and just thought she was going to play it back to Van Dyke, but chooses not to, getting it out to Lyra, and Lily's got some space. She'll play it up. It was off of Delaney, and Delahanty will just play it back to Dwiggins, and she'll try to recycle it to the other side. As Alton able to push it forward, coming up now for Delaney, but nice job by the opposite 22, Lyra, and stays strong through another one, trying to play it up. It was out of the reach of DeHadway, and Dwiggins will launch it forward. Alton will come up with it, coming now to Stark. And pushed forward now up to Anderson. That'll go off of Ella Smith. And we'll eventually come back to Ella. It's played forward to Alton, and up now to Delaney, as her and Lyra will race for it, but Lily wins it, and she'll go ahead and play it back to Van Dyke. And Carly will just tap it forward to Giannini. Giannini pushing it forward, a bit too far out of the reach of DeHadway, as Davis will shelter that. Got a bit of a bump from DeHadway, and will play up out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Collinsville, who will bring in some substitutes.
Substitution for the Kahawks, number 4, Maddie Everwright, and number 25, Layla Wilkerson.
As Wilkerson and Everwright come back in, take the place of both Smiths, looks like. Throw in from Call this time. Ball is popped up into the air right at the top of the 18-yard box. That was off of the head of Lang. And will eventually go out of bounds pretty much right at the half line. So it'll be a throw in for Collinsville. And it looks like it'll be Lyra this time. As referee says, no, you gotta back up a bit more than that. Lear's throw-in goes off of to Hadway, so it'll be a throw-in for Alton. Form of Delahanty, and that goes off of Anderson. Quick throw-in from Collinsville. That might have been a handball. Judasak and Stark fighting over it. Lang gets a piece of it, able to get it now to Everett. She has it dispossessed by, I think that's Davis. That is pushed forward and will roll to Dwiggins, who will let it roll back into the 18-yard box and then pick it up. Under 7 to go, still no score here. Kahok Stadium. Alton, they're in town for Southwestern Conference Girls Soccer. Alton push it forward. Muniz will clear it away. Comes up for Anderson. And pushed forward to Hadway. Falls. No foul granted, which I think is correct. As Dwiggins will clear it away out of bounds, and so it'll be a throw-in for the Kahawks. As Lyra throws it forward. And making the run on there was Anderson. Giannini get a piece of it. Muniz will push it forward. As Judasak able to push it up to Call, who's got some space. Looking to make a bit of a run here is Carly. Trying to get around the defender. Puts a nice cross in. Goes off of Dwiggins. Still open in the box, but it's cleared away. Nice job there by, I think that was Alm. Able to defend another opportunity for Collinsville, but Alm will still remain in the Kahawks offensive zone as Carly Call will have a throw-in as down for a moment is Lyra, and she gingerly makes her way over to trainer S.I. Washington as they'll bring in
Substitution for the Kahawks, number 2.
Ava Smith to replace her. So clock will stop with 4:17 to go as Lyra makes her way off the field. All right. We're underway now as Call will throw it in, trying to get it to Judasak. Ball's popped up. It's off of Call. And Giannini will bounce it off of her, get it up to Muniz. And played forward to Delahanty, but able to regain possession there is Lang. Getting it up now to Judasak. And getting it up here for Ava Smith, and she'll push it forward, trying to get it to Hadway, and Peyton able to keep it in, and it is knocked out of bounds by Alm. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. All pushed forward as Judasak goes down, no call, and then it'll be a goal kick for Dwiggins. And we have 3:15 to go here, first half of play. Free kick will be taken by, I think that's Davis. Puts a pretty good strike onto it. And goes off of Anderson. Anderson able to keep it. And the ball is cleared forward by Alm. And it will go out of bounds, out of the reach of Call. And Carly will throw it up. It goes over Judasak. Come down to Ryland eventually. And Muniz will make her way forward with it over on the far side. Trying to play it into the middle for, I think that's Everett, but we'll come back to call. And Everett will play it back to Judasak, back into the middle for Lang. Cleared away there by the Alton defender and pushed out once again. And will go out of play, be a throw in for Collinsville. 2:05 to go. Be a throw in, once again taken by Call. And pushing it forward up to DeHadway, who got pushed in the back. So it'll be a free kick. So it'll be taken by Giannini, coming from about 45 yards out, not quite on the sideline. Giannini gets a pretty good strike onto it. It's an Alton player first. Comes down for DiGirolamo. We'll play it back to Muniz, who pushes it forward and go all the way through to Dwiggins. That's a solid enough strike onto that one. And it goes off of the head of one of the Alton players. And pushing it over here is Call. Coach. Less than a minute to go as DeHadway puts it on goal, but it is saved once again by Dwiggins.
Being recognized at halftime, please meet Coach Smith down by the track by the concession stand.
All is popped up into the air, 23 to go. As DeHadway puts a shot on goal, but that goes wide of the net. And so it'll be a goal kick for Dwiggins, who Davis will wind up taking it, but might be able to take this to the half here. And looks like that's what they're going to do. So at the half, no score. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here. Thank some of our sponsors. And be back with any out-of-town scores for us to talk about here in just a bit on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joe Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
We welcome you back here into Kahok Stadium. We are at halftime, and we have no score. Lights are on. Definitely started to take effect here during the halftime break. We'll see if we can find any quick out-of-town scores. Lots of spring sports in action for the Kahawks. I think baseball, softball, and volleyball, and soccer obviously all in action. See if we can't find some out-of-town scores for you. Mater Dei picks up a nice baseball win over Highland. Triad softball beats Mater Dei. Carlisle baseball beats Oakville. And soccer in the 58th minute Triad lead Waterloo 2-1. Both teams are coming back out now. 40 more minutes on the clock. You ready to go here? Teams will switch ends. Kahawks will be going right to left. Alton left to right. Both goalkeepers remain in. No change there. Dwiggins will remain in for Alton. Van Dyke still in for Collinsville. As Alton will put the ball into play to start the second half, it'll be Kaylee Chinchilla to put the ball into play. And the ball is played forward by the Redbirds. Pushing it up off of DiGirolamo will come up to DeHadway. And call with it. Left-footed strike is deflected, and a scramble for it bounces around. Redbirds will come up with possession, pushing it forward, trying to get it to Massey. as Muniz will track it down and play it over for call. And push forward up down the line. Stays in and played back to call. And she'll play it forward into the middle of the field. Off of DiGirolamo, and she'll play it back to... Oh, that is Muniz. Okay. 9 looked a lot like a 4. Anyway, I was like, wait a minute, Collinsville don't have a 14. Anyway, throw in coming for Collinsville. Goes off of Judasak and rolls down. Ryland able to keep it in. And Wiggins able to jump on that one. Wiggins puts it forward. And Lang able to get a piece of it, play it back to call. And Alton able to take over possession with there is Anderson. And we'll come down to Muniz, who has some space and opportunity, playing it up to, that is Cerna. And that is ruled offside, so it'll be a free kick. It'll be taken by Davis from about 85 yards out. Davis launches that one forward. Muniz knocks it down. It's popped up over the top of everybody. And Giannini, excuse me, does a good job getting around everybody and pushing it forward for Wilkerson. Layla will play it to DiGirolamo, back to Wilkerson. And trying to get it back to Deva, but it's taken away there by Claire Delahanty. As a dispossessed, Delahanty able to keep it in, and it's launched forward there by Castelli. Comes down for Anderson, and eventually is launched forward by Giannini, as Wiggins will clear it away. Has some space down there, does Carly Call. And able to get around one Alton player, at least partially. It's picked up by a second. And left-footed cross into the box. It's cleared away by the Redbirds. Making a run forward there is Giannini. And offsides is Cerna. So it'll be a free kick. Be taken here by Davis. 35-45 to go here in regulation. If we remain scoreless or tied in any way, it would be a 2 10-minute overtime periods. And then if we remain tied after that, we'll go to penalty kicks. For those of you who are unfamiliar with how things work in high school soccer. Wilkerson with it, getting it up to Judasak. Ryland able to get around a couple players and launch it forward, but Wiggins able to make the save, diving to her right on that one. And he'll survey things and put it back into play here. Almost pushed forward. And pushing it forward to Hadway. Had it knocked away by Dwiggins, but it will stay in as Wilkerson able to track that one down. Puts a cross into the middle. Comes down for Cerna, but rolls into the hands of Dwiggins. Ball is pushed forward. Alton able to come up with possession. Lang does a good job getting the ball back, and we'll play it over to Wilkerson. And chipping it forward to DeHadway, who is on sides, but Dwiggen's able to get to it first. As she totally whiffs on that one and goes out of bounds off of DeHadway, so it'll be a bit of a break there for Alton. Oh, it will stay down in this end. And goes off of Castelli. Kahawks will make a substitution here as Everett, I believe, will come back in.
Substitution for the Kahawks, number 4, Madi Everett.
Take the place of Cerna, I believe. Ball comes down to the Redbirds. It's played back as far as Muniz. Addie will work her way forward, playing it over to Wilkerson. Advantage favor of Collinsville. And it comes down to DeHadway. And unable to get a clean shot on it. Ball is knocked around. And Wiggins comes up with it. And she'll push it forward. Kahawks with it, playing it up for DeHadway. And doesn't get a very clean strike on the attempted cross. So it'll be a relatively easy job for Dwiggins to pick that one up. She pushes it forward again as far as Muniz, as Chinchilla provides some pressure there on the offensive end. Wilkerson with it. Nice through ball to Everett. And Everett gets bumped. And ball will go over the end line for a I guess that's a goal kick. Everybody in the stands thought, at least Kahawk fans thought it was a goal kick. Or a corner kick, excuse me. Looks like a corner kick to me, but our referees disagree with us, so we will carry on. Ball pushed forward for Massey, and Giannini will come up with it for Collinsville. We'll play it back as far as Van Dyke. Van Dyke will push it forward and up into the middle now for Judasak. Coming down now for DiGirolamo and up to Muniz. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Muniz, so it'll be throw-in for Alton, which will be taken here by Massey, I do believe. Throw-in goes off of the head of Muniz, but back out of bounds, so it'll be net gain of maybe, well, with the little bit of a run on there, about 6-7 yards. So it'll be a net gain of, I don't know, 5 or 6 yards at the end of the day, but Collins will quickly to come back up with possession. Muniz with it, and she'll play it back to Giannini. And Giannini will push it up to, that was DeHadway, I believe, and attempted to get runner there on the far side, but Dwiggen's able to get to it. 30 minutes to go here in the second half. On a brisk, we'll say, April evening. Temperatures down probably in the mid to high 40s, which I don't mind for me. Maybe a bit cooler than usual for this time of year in this part of the country. As Lindsay Miller, senior forward, comes in for Alton. As the Redbirds come up with it and able to make a bit of a run there is the just inserted Miller. Kahok's able to work their way forward. Giannini getting it to Judasak and playing it up for Wilkerson, or at least trying to. Able to track it down. Does a good job trying to get around Castelli and playing it up into the middle and trying to get it to Judasak, but quickly pushed forward, but only as far as Muniz. And the ball is deflected out of bounds by Massey, and it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville, who will make a substitution here as
Substitution for the Kahawks. Number 20, Carly Call.
As Carly Call comes back in, take the place of, I believe that is Ella Smith. As the throw-in comes from Muniz. Cleared away by Alton, but able to keep it in the attacking half was Giannini, but she'll go ahead and play it back to Van Dyke. We'll recycle it back up to Muniz. Muniz will try to work it forward to Everett, but Judasak able to get a piece of it. And playing it up to Muniz, and Judasak able to get to a piece of it. Canucks have some numbers here if they hurry, as the through ball is knocked away there by, I believe that's Alm. Push back to Muniz, or Giannini, excuse me, and pushed out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Alton, who will bring in
Substitution for the Redbirds, number 22, Angelina Delaney.
as Delaney will come back in. Place number 14. The ball goes off of Muniz. It'll be another throw-in for Alton. And it will be one of the captains, Castelli, do so. Ball is pushed forward to Van Dyke, but Carly's able to clear it away. Castelli launches it up into the April sky, for a moment anyway, as falls back to earth as gravity does. That was an attempt to be funny. I don't know if it went very well. Anyway, throw in for Alton. And it's cleared away by the Kahawks, but not very far. Alton trying to work their way forward. Kahawks to rid of possession here as work it up the sideline as far as Everett and pushed up into the middle, but DiGirolamo able to get it to Everett. Back to DiGirolamo. Up now for Wilkerson. Knocked away there by Castelli, but pushed back only as far as DiGirolamo again. Judasak with it now, and she'll play it. That is offside, says the linesman. So it'll be a free kick for Alton. Ball is pushed forward, popped up into the air. And Kahawks with possession here, working their way up far side. And cross into the middle for Everett. Comes back to Mariana, and she hits the crossbar. Cleared away for a moment. Giannini with it. And eventually it is cleared away by Alton. Probably the best chance of the night so far for Collinsville. Hawks still with possession, able to work their way forward. And we have a foul called. It'll be a free kick from about 30, not quite 35 yards out, which they'll let DiGirolamo take it. Looking over to Coach Munoz for some instructions here. She pops it up forward off of the head of, not sure who that was, but it would have been offsides anyway. That was Giannini. Was able to get a piece of it, but like I said, it was offsides. Kahok will bring in some substitutes here.
Now entering for the Chaos, number 9, Ella
Borm
number 23,
and Cerna back in as DiGirolamo and DeHadway, I believe, head to the bench. Wiggins with the free kick, and that goes off of the foot of Castelli, so it'll be a throw-in for Muniz. Getting it forward for Judasak. It's popped up into the middle of the field. Cerna fighting for it and trying to make a run on there is Giannini, I do believe. Stays in the box. Cross on, and it goes over the end line off of an Alton player, so it'll be a corner here for Collinsville with about 23 to go. Recognize some of the alumni here in attendance from classes represented from 1986 all the way to 2021, so a nice number of alumni here in attendance. As the ball goes out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Maintaining territory here. Muniz with the throw-in right to the Alton player. As Borm fighting on there. It's cleared away. As Giannini will track that one down. And make a run forward. And nice little give and go there, trying to get it back. And Giannini with a run on, cross into the middle is cleared away by Davis. Comes out as far as Call, I believe, and a shot right at Dwiggins is collected by her. And she's pushed it forward. Goes off of the head of Muniz. Up for Wilkerson. And over now for Lyra. Pushing it forward up to Call, I believe. And around now, we have a foul called there as Wilkerson, I believe, trying to get access to the ball. And so it'll be a free kick from, again, about 35 yards out. And like the one a couple minutes ago, they'll let DiGirolamo take it. And go right at the net, but it goes well wide. So it'll be a goal kick for Dwiggins as the Kahawks will bring in substitute.
Now entering for the Cavs, number 15, Reese Kaufman.
Reese Kaufman, the freshman, comes in, take the place of her fellow freshman, Wilkerson. First varsity appearance, I believe, for Kaufman, in addition to the roster that I just got today. Obviously, he's done some good work at the underclass level. Impress Coach Munoz and get the call up here to the varsity level for conference game. Redbird's able to work it forward. And pushing it forward around Kaufman. And the ball comes to Reese's feet. She's got the opportunity to work it forward as it goes off of Delahanty and then off of Kaufman, so it'll be a throw-in here for Alton. Off the head of Muniz, coming around to Kaufman again, and pushed forward by Lang as Everett running hard, trying to track it down, and able to be played back to Dwiggins, who will just launch it out of bounds as we have a Collinsville substitute here. As DiGirolamo comes in for Lang, and somebody comes in for Everett. That is Hadway back in. Delahanty fighting for it and able to draw the whistle. Be a free kick for Alton. Under 19 to go here. Final quarter of regulation here. Ball is pushed forward off of the head of Muniz. And 50-50 ball won there by, that is Alm. And the ball will eventually make its way back to Van Dyke. Carly will push it forward. Call, and the ball is off an Alton defender. Ball will go out of bounds. Throw in for the Redbirds. Next action. Both teams do have at least one game left. Collinsville back in action Thursday night here at Kahok Stadium as we have a run on by Hadway. I'll come back to that in a minute, but Dwiggins able to clear it away. Borm able to push it forward, and some opportunity there for Hadway as that is blocked down by Anderson. And we have a foul called against Anderson, so it'll be another free kick for Collinsville. Alton will make their way down to Jackson County for 2 games this weekend. They play Carbondale Friday afternoon and then Marion Saturday morning. I think morning. Collinsville will host O'Fallon as the shot right on goal and in. Rylan Judasak, I think. Yeah, I think that's Judasak. Picks up her first goal of the year. And with 17-17 remaining,
Kahok goal scored by number 10, Rylan Judasak.
that will make it a 1-0 game. And that makes it 1-0 Kahawks, as my pen just broke. Marvelous. But Judasak with her first of the year, and that gives the Kahawks a 1-0 lead. Giannini with it, trying to work her way forward. Kahawks trying to get some insurance here. Played up there over onto the far wing for, I believe that's Hadway. Cross into the middle is cleared away and will come out as far as Delaney. Time of the goal, 63 or 62-43. For Judasak, unassisted off of a free kick, her first of the year. Borm with it, has it knocked away by the Alton player. It's one of the Delahanties, I believe. And nice job there from Giannini. Kaufman gets a piece of it as Delaney trying to make her way forward. Will come back to Muniz, who will push it forward to Hadway. And nice run onside for Hadway, and it's saved by Dwiggins, comes right back to her. And we'll go over the end line for a corner kick. As heard a whistle, but looks like everything's okay. Kahawks will make a substitution as Everett come in, take the place of Giannini, it looks like. Or not Giannini. Strike on, but right at Dwiggins. And with 15 to go, Kahawks trying to hold on to the lead, keep it in bounds. Maybe try and waste some time here. Working it laterally over here for Muniz, who will make her way forward. And push forward. Trying to get it to Kaufman, but will roll to Dwiggins. 14.5 to go. As Dwiggins will put that back into play. Is out of the reach of Claire Delahanty and will be a throw-in for Collinsville as each team will make a substitution here.
Number 7,
Morgan Lang will come in for Everett. And for Alton, Delaney will head to the bench, replaced by our mystery number 14. All knocked out of bounds will be another throw-in for Collinsville. Muniz pushing it forward for Everett, but has it dispossessed by Davis. And Giannini will push it back to Van Dyke, who will push it forward. And pushed forward. They are going to rule that onside. And a shot is saved by Dwiggins. He's able to grab onto it. 13:10 to go. Kahok still pushing, trying to get an insurance tally here. Already with a 1-0 lead on a goal off of a free kick by Judasak. Ball rolls all the way back to Van Dyke. She'll play it over here for Muniz. Muniz directing traffic, trying to get Kaufman to run onto it. And going ahead and just clearing that away was Castelli.
Now entering for the Kahawks, number 25, Layla.
As Wilkerson will come back in, take the place of Kaufman, I believe. So solid first varsity outing for Kaufman. See if she's called upon again in the final 12 minutes and change. Throw-in comes to Everett, and it's cleared away for a moment as far as Muniz. And Addie getting it forward to Judasak, and that was deflected, I think. Off of a Kahawk, though it looks like. So it will be a goal kick for Alton, and they will let Davis take it. All pushed forward. And up the sideline. And it will roll out of bounds, be a throw-in for Collinsville. It was off the head of Caller Lyra, I think, as we have a handball, I think. Free kick Alton at any rate. 11:05 to go. "40 yards out, right on the numbers. I think they're going to have Davis take it. Struck on, and on one hop it'll go to Van Dyke. 10.5 to go now, and Carly will take a little bit of time off before letting that roll on. Comes down to Judasak. And Judasak will play it back for Giannini. They'll just launch it forward. Well-timed run over there from Call, I believe, but out of Carly's reach. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Alton. Under 10 to go here. as we approach the 8 o'clock hour. And able to get possession there is Alton. Kahok's with players back, and Muniz will clear that one away, and we get pushed forward by Call. And Alm will play it back to Dwiggins. She'll push it forward. Finds, not sure who that was, but cleared away, and Giannini will just go ahead and play it back to Van Dyke, who will push it over to Muniz. And pushed forward, able to find the feet of Wilkerson. And that is defended well there by Davis, who will push it forward. And we'll roll to Van Dyke, who will grab onto it with 8:55 to go. Pushed forward. And Giannini able to shepherd it and let Muniz come over and get a hold of it. Pushing it forward. Able to find Call. But Alton able to regain possession. I think that's Anderson with it. As Giannini will clear it away. Be a throw in for Alton, 8:20 to go. Push forward, crossed into the middle. Trying to find number 14. Alm with it. Wilkerson able to get to a piece of it, but making a run on there is Delahanty, and he has a dispossess, will stay with Alton. As Judasak will launch it forward, go off of Everett, who's able to leave it for Wilkerson. And we'll push it forward, get up there for Call, and nice move there, and a shot and a goal by that Everett, by DeHadway. So Peyton DeHadway with her first varsity goal.
Goal scored by number 12, Peyton DeHadway.
That makes it 2-0. That provides some very helpful insurance for Kahawks. As Davis will push it back. And around now here to Castelli. Castelli up to 14. And played back by Collinsville to Wilkerson. Over in the middle for Lang. And Lang pushing it up over onto the far side for DeHadway again. And that will go over the end line for a goal kick, I believe. The Kahawks will make a substitution.
Now entering for the Kahawks, number 2, Ava
In the
Smith.
form of Ava Smith. All is pushed forward. All player goes down. Go to Collinsville. Kahawks will make a sub here. Everett to the bench. Replaced by I'm up to Judasak, and now to Hadway, around now to Lang, and up now for Muniz. And ball will roll to Dwiggins. 5.5 to go. All pushed forward. And we'll go over the Alton defender. Dwiggins had it knocked down, and that's a foul. And that, thought for a second that might be a card, but will not be. Just a free kick. Be taken by Judasak from about 25 yards out. Judasak has one already from farther out. See how she does in this instance. Shot is deflected. Scramble for it, and eventually it'll roll to Dwiggins. 4.5 to go. Dwiggins pushes it forward. Comes down to Muniz, who overran it a little bit. Pushing forward there is Miller. All pushed up into the middle. And Wilkerson able to move it forward. And bounced around up into the air and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Be taken by Muniz once again. And the ball is cleared back to Smith, and now to Muniz again. Addy pushing it forward. And that will go over the end line for a goal kick, as Alton will make a substitution here.
Now entering
Form.
number 20, Kaylee Chinchilla.
As Chinchilla will come in and take the place of, I think that's Peyton Delahanty. Wilkerson with it, making a run forward. Pass on. It's offside, says the linesman. Under 3 to go here. Kahawks with a 2-0 lead on goals by Judasak and Hadway. We are back underway now. Goes off the head of Smith. Rolls down to Wilkerson to Muniz, playing it up now for Judasak. And pushed forward to Wilkerson, and a shot there from Cerna, I believe, was deflected. So it'll be a corner kick for Collinsville. Not just about 2 minutes to go, probably be a little under 2 minutes when Judasak, I believe, it's a clean strike on that one. Looks around over the top and hit the post. And I've seen that happen once or twice. I don't remember if that would have counted as a goal or not. I think so. But it did not go in, so it remains 2-0. Dwiggins pushes it forward. Smith with it. Pushing it forward now. Run on and goes past Dwiggins and past the goal mouth. So it'll be a goal kick for Dwiggins with 68 seconds left. And I think they'll go ahead and let Davis take it, as the fans look to be seeing the writing on the wall here. And so that might have been a handball, but let it go as the ball is pushed out of bounds there by Castelli. Redbirds are going to fall to 0-7, 0-3 in conference play. Kahawks will improve to 2-4, 2-2 in conference play. Told you all about the next one as final 20 seconds run off here. All played out of bounds by the Redbirds. Be a throw-in for Muniz. And final seconds tick off. And there is the horn. So your final score, Kahawks 2, Redbirds 0.
Will be back here in action on Thursday against the O'Fallon Panthers. Great job tonight, ladies.
And yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Kahawks pick up a win. Like I said, back in action on Thursday. I believe that is my next broadcast. I have some boys volleyball for you, I believe. I don't remember who the opponent is off the top of my head. Be sure to check the Kahawk Sports Network page for any updates as to when my next broadcast will be. But until then, Kahawks are winners here 2-0. Everybody have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time.